Hello, this is Charles1K92, also known as GM65 on the PlayStation Network. If you are wondering why I am no longer outside of the Villa Alda Torre, I have to do a little bit of explaining. Whilst I was about to start the next video, I thought I was recording, but it turned out this wasn't the case. So I basically have gone through, I think, maybe 40 to around about 50 minutes worth of content. So the last bit of content that I just done for you guys was the Let's Play saying Assassinating Uberto. Thinking that afterwards I'd done the next recording, which is the one I should have done, the title would have been Casa Dolce Casa, which I would have then put next to saying Monteriggioni's, whatever, that's whatever the title was going to be. So basically, to sum up what happened in between then and now is this. So after we kind of beat up Vieri's guards outside of Monteriggioni's walls, we got invited in by a man known as Mario, who is Ezio's uncle. Knowing this, Ezio then goes along inside with the rest of his family and follows Mario in. Mario explains that Monteriggioni has been around for over 200 years, and the Alda Torre family have held the stronghold since then. Going on, like, say, what's relevant into their news, in Ezio's mind, he thought Monteriggioni was the enemy of Firenze, which is where Ezio comes from. Mario then says, well, for 1 year we'll be the enemy, the next year we'll be a friend, and it's a cycle. The people that work within the city are good, honest, hard-working people, which is what he turns around and says, and the priest that says a nice enough fellow, but Mario doesn't seem to get religion that much. He also says the amount of fighting that's been going on, Mario would have repaired everything, got it all nice, but he doesn't have the time nor the money to do it. So this is hinting towards us getting it back to how it should be. But anyway, trying to get on with the story. So Ezio then stays in Monteriggioni. He buys himself a set of armor, which is the leggings. He buys himself a dagger, and also he buys more medicine, obviously, for healing. He then seeks training with Mario in order to survive in the world. So Mario seems to think that Ezio is going to stay around, but he doesn't do this. Eventually, Ezio and Mario have a bit of a falling out, and then Mario turns around and says, well, you don't want to stay here any longer, you know, enjoy the rest of your life and don't ever come back. Mario then leaves Ezio behind at the training ground. Ezio tries to find his uncle, but he's left already to come to this place, which is Tuscany. Okay, and then this is where kind of I've roughly got us to. So I have already done all the viewpoints, so you don't have to go through all the pain of this. I haven't collected any of the treasures yet, nor have I done the feather locations. But I've also have done the glyphs, the secret messages, which is from the truth. And I think what I'll do is when we make another return, I will kind of explain what's what. So I think we also had to do the Mario Alda Torre, not Mario Alda Torre, we had to do the Alda Torre Villa as well. So yeah, we'll go along with that. But all in all, the one that's at the villa is at the topmost left-hand corner. So I'll go back to that when we complete this mission, and then when we come back to this place again, what I'll do is I'll quickly go over where each of the locations are, but for the references on the map, I will just go through it with you all anyway. So the first three that we kind of want to be concerned about is there's one that's in this church courtyard, which is this big building here. So when you go in, there's like a little side alleyway that you can go into, and it should be just like virtually in front of your face. Once you scan this, it should say, well, in order to get it right, it's called Santa Maria Astina, so it's like a church building, so that's the only way I can go and describe it. And the glyph pieces that we're finding here is called the Instruments of Power, so this is like after if you scan the one that's at the villa at the Torre. And basically, what it is, you have to find five pictures, obviously out of 10, which signify pieces of power. So I'll just go over the name of it, since you can zoom in. The names are Perseus of Greece, Attila the Hun, King Arthur, Sigmund of Norse, and Joan of Arc, France. So what they all have in common is, if you look at the pieces of the picture carefully, you'll see that in each image they all have a sword. Once you do this, there's another, again, 10 pictures where you have to find 5 that have a match. So, in these 5 paintings, there's something which is more relevant to another object which could symbolise power. So, we'll go through these 5. You've got Peter from Jerusalem, Moses of Egypt, John the Baptist, Jerusalem, Alexander the Great of Macedonia, and now this last one is called Shabbataka, I think it's called, and that's of Egypt. What they all got in common is they all seem to hold a staff. So if you look at the pictures carefully, you'll see that they're all holding or grasping a staff. This is to signify the Staff of Eden, and the other one is to signify the Sword of Eden. Next one is called Torre Del Diavolo, or Civilki, whatever you want to call it, and it's located near these doctors, if I can get it right. So it's in between where these little grey these dark and grey areas are. So there are 2 towers, and it's sitting in between the 2. The picture that I have managed to get up, just googling it, is you should be looking out for something that looks like a Chinese or Japanese tower-based thing, which kind of is significant in between those 2. And this one is called Brothers. So there are 4 images in total, but each image is in a circular form. So if you remember in the previous episode that I done about the truth videos of where we saw Queen Elizabeth, Napoleon and George Washington, it's that circular thing, disc. So you just have to spin it round until you get the image complete and in an upright position. So basically what this is about, it's about the mark of Cain, who is the human who killed other humans, and technically the mark is to signify like whatever. Finally, the last one is called Torre Del Diavolo, and it's this tower here that's near a race event that you can do. Hang on, let me just there we go. So this one, once you scale the top of it, it's also a viewpoint as well. So once you do the viewpoint, you'll actually notice that this one is here as well, and all you'll see is a triangular outline shape with an eye in the middle. Illuminati confirmed. So anyway, once you scan this, it says keep on seeking and you will find. Again, this is another thing which is 10 images, find 5 of them which match. So the hint is this: first plucked from a tree guarded by a snake, it powers from perform miracles, then worn across the ages, torn asunder, hidden under a sea of red. Reconstruct the timeline. So what is this information that we've been told? So if we just go through with what I've just got here, these are the images that you need to find. It says Christ disrobed in Jerusalem, c. 30. Then you've got Joseph of Egypt of c. 1700 BCE. Then you've got Jesus Christ again in Jerusalem, c. 30. David and Goliath in the valley of Elia, which is 970 before Christ existed. And then finally you've got Jason of Greece, prehistory. Then afterwards, you will see an image of Jesus Christ being nailed on the cross. And you'll also have, what is it, like an infrared kind of scanner thing, which you can scan the image. So you have to find this next piece, which is called the Shroud of Eden. It's somewhere located to the right, from our perspective looking to the image, on Jesus Christ, or Jesus's right hand side of him being nailed, but from his perspective it'd be on the left. So if you were to place a scanner over his chest, you'll see that there is an image, there's some text saying they took it, and after you read the text from left to right, you'll notice it'll be like a red blob. Go onto the red blob, go slightly down, and you'll see a bit of gold, and that'll be the piece of Eden there. And that's as far as I've got. with the whole stuff. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is continue on with the episode. Now that I've shown you where everything is. Although, and then again, no, you know what? I am going to continue. Let's get on with it. So Mario is just over here, so we're just going to help him out.
Ezio, what are you doing here?
Taking responsibility. Vieri troubles you because of me.
Vieri troubles us because he's a Templar, and we are assassins.
Either way, I wish to help.
Va bene. Then listen close. First, we must find a way inside the city, though it seems Vieri expects us. He has sealed the gates and sent his men to guard them. Fortunately for us, the city is larger than its host. The southern gate suffers for it, so this is where we'll strike. Pronti?
Okay, so what goes around comes around. Okay, so the time obviously has gone to much more of a nighttime place, so it makes sense that we attack at the night. We don't want to use the road.
All right, Ezio. Here's how it is going to work. My men and I will distract the guards. Once we have engaged them, get yourself over the wall and find a way to open the gate. Take these throwing knives. Use them to dispatch the archers.
I'm ready when you are.
Then let us begin. Al attacco!
Stay back!
Okay, they're dealt with.
Well done, Ezio. We're in! This way, then!
It's very easy to stab everyone in the back, isn't it?
I want you to distract those guards and keep them from raising the alarm. Hopefully it will buy me enough time to find and silence Vieri.
Va bene.
Wait, Nipote. Take a few of my men with you, just to be safe. Come join me once they're dealt with.
What's Vieri up to now?
No one knows, but something has him on edge. How else to explain all the patrols?
I'll signal again when you should follow.
Instead, he's turned us into nursemaids. And what? What a Pazzi. What is he doing? Pazzo. Only Pazzo.
Cool, we managed to kill everyone.
Laggiù, there!
I see him! There!
Execution.
Let's keep going.
Ezio! Your uncle's under attack and needs help. Go to him!
Ah, Nipote, there you are. It seems my plan has hit something of a snag. Vieri's men ambushed us, and now we've got our hands full. My brothers and I will deal with these guys. I want you to go on ahead and root out that snake. See that justice is served.
Cool. There is this informant over here. Let's go and get him.
No. Via! Via! Maledizione! Oh.
There we go. Let's know notoriety better. Another chest. Let's just make sure that we don't have any more much of a wanted level. So that way we're all clear. There we go. So it looks like Vieri's going to get his just desserts.
It's settled. Vieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done.
What of that ubriacone Mario? He continues to harass my forces, and I fear he'll discover what we intend.
He's always been trouble. Just like that bastardo brother of his.
Then let me reunite them, father.
There will be plenty of time to clean up the rifiuti when we're finished. Now, is there anything else? Muy bien. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide you.
Comandante! Comandante! What?
Mario Auditore has invaded the city. He comes for you.
Then let's not keep him waiting.
It looks like Mario is going to be the distraction for us. Cool. So it saves us a chance to do the deed.
I want him stopped! Ora!
Come on, boys, attack me.
There you are.
Now you die! Ora, kill him!
There's Vieri gone.
What are you and your allies planning? Is this what my father discovered? Is this why he was killed? I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession? Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avessi sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness?
You are not Vieri. Do not become him. Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace. Take this. Read it when you have the time. Our work here is finished. Let us return to the villa.
Messer Francesco, I have done as requested and spoken with your son. I agree with your assessment, though only in part. Yes, Vieri is brash and prone to act without forethought. And he has a habit of treating the mercenari like playthings. I have received reports of at least 3 men being disfigured as a result. But I do not think him, as you put it, beyond repair. Rather, I believe the solution to be a simple matter. He seeks your approval, your attention. These outbursts of his are a result of insecurities born out of a sense of inadequacy. He speaks of you often and fondly, and expresses a desire to be closer to you. So, if he is loud and foul and angry, I believe it is simply because he wants to be noticed. He wants to be loved. Act as you see fit on the information I've given you here. But I must ask that we end this correspondence. Were he to discover the nature of our conversations, I fear what might become of me. Yours in confidence, Fra Giocondo.
So he is somebody who seeks Daddy's attention. Well, the bitch got killed. There we go. Starting to get a bit concerned that it wasn't loading up. Okay, so I believe now that's... I don't think that's another sequence. I think it might be something else. So what I'll do is, I know that perhaps another cutscene will happen, and what I'll do is I'll end the video, hopefully before this happens. Yeah, so okay. So I'm going to end the video here, and then we're going to start a new part, because I just want that one to be a small little segment. Okay, so this is Charles1K92, signing off.